Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yasmin Assyarif. Here, I would like to summarize the first unit until the fifth unit. First unit talking about introduction to fullfil listening. In fullfil, usually listening conversation is always given first to to test your ability in understanding the spoken English. And usually there are three parts of listening comprehension, that is short conversation, long conversation, and talk. Here I would like to give you some basic strategies for listening comprehensions of TOEFL. First, familiarize yourself with the direction for each part before you do the test. And then second, if you have any difficulties hearing the audio and then some troubles with your audio, you could inform the proctors, because once the test begin, the proctors cannot stop the audio. And then the third is never skip any items. If you are not sure with the answer of a question, just skip it. Just guess the answer. And then the fourth is answer each item as quickly as you can. Then preview the answer choices for the next question. Try to guess what the next question will be by the form of the answer choices. This means if the audio has been played and you have answered the question, and you are sure about your answer, you can move to the next question by guessing what kind of question it will be, by looking the choices. And then the last strategy is concentration. Is very important, because when you choose an answer, don't think about the last item. Just focus on your answer. Don't just be sure about it. In the second unit, I would like to talk about short conversation. The first part of the listening comprehension is short conversation, as I told you in the first unit. Usually in this short conversation there are two speakers that form a man and a woman, and then sometimes two men or two women. Usually each speaker, usually the thought about this, the topic of the speaker is talking about daily activities, like their campus life, about writing essay, attending the class, as everything about it. And then most of the question about the dialogue focus on what the second speaker says, but however it is usually necessary to understand the entire dialogue in order to choose the correct answer. Next I would like to give you 12 types of question in short conversation. First, meaning question. Second, inference question. Third, questions about suggestion. Fourth, questions about future actions. Fifth, topic questions. Sixth, question about opinion. Seventh, question about assumptions. Eighth, questions about questions. Ninth, questions about time. 10 questions about reason. Before the last is question about problems, and the last one is questions about activities. Next is the general tips and trick for short conversation. First, be familiar with the direction for part A, and then next is focus on what second speaker say, because usually the answer is what the second speaker says. If you are not sure of the answer, you make as many answer choices as you can, and then after that you have chosen an answer, and then use the remaining time to check the next question by seeing the choices. And then last, if you don't understand about that, just go on. Move to unit 3, short conversation with sound confusion. Here I would like to explain more about short conversation, but in that conversation exists some sound that confusion. Many sound like expression are in part A are minimal pairs. Minute pairs are two words that are pronounced like except for one vowel sound, like peel and pill, leg and leg, point and pain, or one consonant sound, pill and feel, fine and wine, mop and mop. Another sound problem involves two words that sound like one word. It is different word exactly, but it sounds like the same word, such as mark it and market, center and center, intense and intense. A third type of sound problem involves one word that sounds like part of a long word, such as nation and imagination, mind and remind, give and forgive. Trick for this kind of question is if an answer choices contain a word that sounds like a word in the spoken sentence, that choice is probably wrong. For example, if you hear the word spell and you read the word spill in an answer choice, you can eliminate that choice. Well, next I would like to explain about Unit 4, that is about short conversation with homonyms and words with multiple meanings. Usually in this kind of question, it will contain a word with the same pronunciation but with different spelling. It's called homonym. And then another kind of the question is also about one word but it's contain multiple meaning. Some trick for a trick for me, if you find the this kind of question, you can focus on the context of the topic, what between the speaker says, between the speakers say, because if you only focused on one word, it can easily make a mistake. You can easily make a mistake, but if you understanding the context that taught in the conversation, it will help you to find the correct answer. Next is Unit 5, short conversation with idiomatic expression. Usually in this kind of question, the two speakers will talk and then the second speaker will answer with an idiom, and then usually the question will about like what does the second speaker means, like this. And then, however, memorizing phrases or idiomatic expression doesn't guarantee that you will recognize all the idiomatic expression that you will hear in the listening comprehension section of TOEFL. There are after all thousands of these expressions in English. And then, in this type of question, usually like if you find the A is correct answer, usually the choices B and C, it's contain the literal meaning of the idiom. As we have known together, idiom is a word, is a sentence that didn't exist, that didn't contain the literal meaning. But usually in TOEFL, the incorrect answer will contain the literal meaning. So if you are sure that it's an idiom, and then the choices, and you find two choices, and there are three choices, for example, and you find the two choices with literal meaning, so where is the correct answer. Well guys, I think that's it from me. I hope my explanation will help you more to join an English TOEFL, especially in listening conversation. Well, maybe just it. Forgive me if you find many mistakes like in my fluently. Sorry for that. As I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.